Good morning. Ada Sparks here with a word of hope. One thing I've discovered is that men don't see the details. I live with my husband. My son has just recently moved home with all this craziness. And his friend, who I call my other son, has also pretty much just moved in as well. He uses our house for internet, and he also keeps my son companionship. And they're a lot of fun together. And so every night I go to bed and my house is tidy, and every morning I wake up and I just find all of these things around: dishes, half empty glasses, paper plates, all this stuff. And it's not just them, but it's also my husband. My husband, during the school year, I go to bed before him, and I'll wake up and there's dishes out, there's a towel on the floor, dirty socks, just stuff. I used to get so frustrated with it, but finally I realized that it's just a man thing. They just don't see the stuff. But women, we zero in on it. Like we're like a hawkeye. We notice it. Like an eagle can spot a fish from way up in the sky. That's how we are with a dirty dish. And we're like, what are you doing? Do you not see it? Do you not see the dirty towel? Do you not see the trash can that's like right there? Can't you pick up the dirty napkin and put it in the trash can? And sometimes we get so focused on that, we don't notice anything else. And I think that my scripture today kind of focuses on that. When we are in a difficult time, it's easy to forget the positives. It's easy to forget the good things that are going on. I can be so wound up about a dirty towel on the floor or a napkin that didn't get thrown in the trash can that I can forget my husband is out there working 40, 50 hours a week to bring home a good paycheck and to take care of the family. I can forget the fact that my son and his friends' lives have been turned completely upside down because now they're taking online courses and their noses are constantly in a book or a computer. They're trying to figure out what is their future going to look like. They don't really know how to handle the stress that we're walking through right now. And that's where I find John the Baptist. His entire life was dedicated to Jesus. Even in the womb, it said that he felt the Spirit of God. And here he is in his final days. And it says in Matthew chapter 11, and he said, now when John had heard in prison the works of Christ, he sent two of his disciples, and he said, art thou he that should come, or should we look for another? In his most difficult time, he began to question Jesus. Are you really the one? Because things have gotten tough now, and I'm having a few doubts. And I love the way that Jesus responds to him. He doesn't say, seriously? Really? Now that times are tough, you're going to doubt me? No. Jesus tells him what to do, which is exactly what we should do. He says, let's look at what I have done. In verse 5, he says, the blind received their sight, the lame walked, lepers were cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised up, the poor have the gospel preached to them. And I encourage you today, in the midst of the craziness, stop and think of the good that God has done, the good that your husband has done, the good that your children have done. But let's take a praise break and think of all the blessings God has given you. Remember, be wise, not afraid. Stay safe. And join me tomorrow for our word of hope. God bless.